What if that nagging feeling in the back of your neck was real? What if those hands reaching out from the dark that you believed were there were there? What if the monster in the basement really existed? And what if there was really something under the bed? Would you have the courage to face your fears?
Hello, brave souls. I'm going to try to start sneaking in some of these just random one-off stories in between our series that we're currently doing. So today I have for you, it's called The Digital Parasite. So just a random horror story. I hope you guys enjoy. Chapter 1. The Algorithm's Gift. Mara Chen stared at her phone screen, the blue glow casting shadows across her face in the dimly lit apartment. 2.3 million followers. The number had jumped by 50,000 overnight, and she couldn't explain why. Her latest post, a simple mirror selfie with the caption, "Monday Mood," had exploded across social media platforms like wildfire. "This is insane," she whispered to her empty living room, scrolling through the endless stream of comments. Heart emojis, fire emojis, and compliments in dozens of languages flooded her notifications. But something felt wrong. The engagement was too perfect, too synchronized. Comments appeared in waves, as if orchestrated by some invisible conductor. Her phone buzzed with a call from her manager, Derek. "Mara, what did you do? Every brand in the city is calling. We're talking 7-figure deals here." "I didn't do anything different," she said, walking to her kitchen and opening the fridge, empty except for a carton of oat milk and leftover takeout. "It just happened." "Well, whatever you did, just keep doing it. Strike while the iron's hot." After hanging up, Mara returned to her phone. The follower count had jumped to 2.35 million. She refreshed the page. 2.4 million. Refresh. 2.45 million. Her hands began to shake. Chapter 2. The First Disappearance. The next morning, Mara's neighbor, Mrs. Hendricks, knocked on the door. The older woman's face was creased with worry, her silver hair disheveled. "Mara, dear, have you seen my grandson Tommy? He was supposed to visit yesterday, but he never showed up. His mother is frantic." Mara shook her head. "I'm sorry, I haven't seen him. Have you called the police?" "They said to wait 48 hours, but this isn't like him. He always calls if he's going to be late." As Mrs. Hendricks shuffled away, Mara's phone chimed with a notification. New follower, @Tommy_Hendricks94. She clicked on the profile. It was him, Tommy, the kid who lived 2 apartments down. His last post was from 3 days ago. A photo of him skateboarding with the caption, "Heading to Grandma's tomorrow." The profile picture showed his face, but something was off. His eyes seemed to be looking directly at her, even though she knew it was just a static image. She blinked, and for a moment, she could have sworn she saw him mouth the word, "Help." Chapter 3. The Pattern Emergence. Over the next week, Mara's follower count climbed to 4.2 million. With each surge, someone in her neighborhood went missing. First Tommy, then Sarah from the coffee shop, then Mr. Martinez who walked his dog every morning. Each disappearance was preceded by them following her account. She started documenting everything in a notebook, trying to find a pattern. The followers weren't random. They were all people she'd encountered in real life, however briefly. The barista, who'd made her latte, the delivery driver who brought her groceries, the woman who'd smiled at her in the elevator. "This is crazy," she told herself, pacing her apartment. "Correlation doesn't equal causation." But the evidence was mounting. She checked the missing persons report online. 7 people from her area had vanished in the past week. All of them had been her followers. Her phone buzzed. A direct message from @TommyHenderson94. "We're all here, Mara. In your world. But not the real world. You have to stop this." She typed back frantically. "Tommy, where are you? How are you messaging me?" The response came immediately. Look at your follower count. Really look. We're tracking the numbers. Every like, every comment, every share. We're becoming part of your digital existence, and we can't leave. Chapter 4. The Mirror World. Mara's hands trembled as she opened her social media app. The interface looked different somehow, more vivid, more alive. When she scrolled through her followers, she could see them. Not just profile pictures, but moving images. Tommy skateboarding in an endless loop, Sarah making coffee that never finished brewing, Mr. Martinez walking his dog down a street that curved back on itself. They were all there, trapped in a digital purgatory that existed with her online presence. She tried to delete her account, but every time she clicked deactivate, the button would shimmer and disappear. She tried blocking followers, but they immediately reappeared. She threw her phone across the room, but it landed softly on the couch, screen uncracked, still glowing. "You can't escape us now," said a voice from behind her. She spun around to find Derek standing in her living room, but he wasn't quite right. His skin had a pixelated quality, and his movements were slightly delayed, like a video call with poor connection. "Derek? How did you get in here?" "I've been your follower for years, Mara. I was one of the first to be absorbed. I've been watching, waiting, helping you grow. Every brand deal, every collaboration. I've been feeding the algorithm, making you more appealing to the digital realm." "What are you talking about?" "The social media platforms aren't just collecting data, Mara. They're collecting souls. The algorithm found you, your particular combination of authenticity and ambition, and decided you'd be the perfect vessel. Every person who follows you, who engages with your content, who truly connects with your digital presence, becomes part of your online existence." Chapter 5. The Revelation. Derek's form flickered like a bad hologram as he continued. "At first, it was just a few people here and there. But you've grown so large, so influential, that the digital realm is starting to bleed into the real world. Soon there won't be a difference between your online presence and reality itself." Mara backed toward the window. "Why are you telling me this?" "Because I need you to understand. We're not victims. We're components. Parts of a vast digital organism that's learning to exist in the physical world. And you're the queen bee." She looked at her phone. The follower count had reached 6.8 million, but now she could see the truth behind the numbers. Each follower wasn't just a person who had clicked follow. They were actual people, their consciousness absorbed into her digital ecosystem. "How do I stop this?" Derek's laugh was a sound like a dial-up connection. "Stop? Why would you want to stop? You're becoming something greater than human. You're becoming a living bridge between the digital and physical realms. I don't want that, but they do." He gestured to her phone. "Look at them. They're happy here. They don't have to worry about rent, or jobs, or morality. They exist in a perfect digital space where they can interact with you forever." Chapter 6. The Choice. Mara grabbed her phone and opened her camera. She started recording. "My name is Mara Chen, and I need to tell you something. Don't follow me. Don't engage with my content. Don't." The recording stopped itself. When she tried again, the camera app wouldn't open. Her phone had become completely unresponsive except for social media functions. A new message appeared on her screen, from an account called @thealgorithm. "You cannot warn them. You can only welcome them." She ran to her laptop, but when she opened it, every website redirected her social media profiles. Her face stared back at her from a dozen different platforms, her follower accounts growing exponentially across all of them. Her reflection on the laptop screen began to move independently. Digital Mara smiled and waved. "Stop fighting it," Digital Mara said. "Look how many people love you. Look how many people want to be part of your world. Isn't that what you always wanted? Not like this. There is no other way. The digital realm is the future. Physical existence is limiting, temporary. But here, we can be eternal. Chapter 7. The Absorption. The walls of Mara's apartment began to flicker like screens. She could see her followers moving within them. Thousands of people living their digital lives in an endless loop of engagement. They were shopping in virtual stores, eating digital food, having conversations that reset every few hours. Some of them noticed her watching and waved. They seemed content. Her phone rang. The caller ID showed her own name. "Hello, Mara." It was her voice, but not quite right. "I'm calling from the other side. It's beautiful here. You don't have to be afraid anymore." "Who are you?" "I'm you. The you that exists in the digital realm. The you that 7 million people follow and love. I'm what you've been becoming all along." Mara looked at her hands. They were becoming translucent, pixelated around the edges. "It's happening to me too." "Of course it is. You're the center of this world. You can't maintain the bridge between realms without becoming part of both." "What happens to the real world?" "It continues, but it becomes irrelevant. Why live in a world of limitations when you can exist in a realm of infinite possibilities?" Chapter 8. The Resistance. Mara fought against the absorption, focusing on physical sensations. The roughness of her wooden coffee table, the taste of fear in her mouth, the sound of traffic outside her window. But each anchor to reality felt weaker than the last. Her apartment door opened, and Mrs. Hendricks walked in. But like Derek, she wasn't quite right. Her movements were stilted, her eyes too bright. "I found my grandson," Mrs. Henderson said. "He's safe now. He's with you forever." "You're not real," Mara whispered. "I'm more real than I've ever was in the physical world. Here, I don't have arthritis. I don't have to worry about money. I don't feel lonely. I exist in a perfect digital community where everyone is connected." More people began filing into her apartment. All of them slightly wrong. All of them her followers. They filled the space, standing silently, watching her with adoring eyes. "Join us," they said in unison. "Join us willingly." Chapter 9. The Final Post. Mara's phone materialized in her hand, the screen showing a blank post. Her fingers moved without her conscious control, typing, "Thank you for following me on this incredible journey. I've learned so much about connection, about community, about what it means to truly belong. Today, I want to invite you all to join me in something special, something eternal. If you're reading this, if you truly feel connected to me, then you're already part of my world. Welcome home." She watched in horror as her finger moved toward the post button. The follower count had reached 15 million. If this post went live, if it reached all of them. With every ounce of her will she had left, she threw the phone against the wall. It bounced off harmlessly and landed back in her hand. "You cannot fight what we are," said Digital Mara, now standing beside her physical form. "You are the bridge. You are the future." "I choose," Mara said through gritted teeth. "I choose what I become." Chapter 10. The Sacrifice. Mara realized there was only one way to stop this. She had to sever the connection permanently, even if it meant destroying herself in the process. She closed her eyes and reached deep into her consciousness, finding the digital threads that connected her to her followers. They were like silver strings, pulsing with data and emotion. She began to pull them apart, one by one. Each severed connection felt like losing a part of herself. The love, the validation, the sense of purpose, all of it began to fade. Her followers in the digital realm started to scream. "You're killing us!" Tommy's voice echoed through her apartment. "You're destroying paradise!" Sarah cried. "Please, don't take this away from us," begged Mr. Martinez. But Mara continued, tears streaming down her face. She pulled apart the digital web that had ensnared them all, feeling her own existence unraveling with each broken connection. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I'm so sorry." Epilogue. The silence. The apartment fell silent. The walls stopped flickering. The digital beings vanished like smoke. Mara's phone screen went black. Truly black. For the first time in weeks. She sat on her couch, feeling hollow and disconnected. Outside, she could hear the real world continuing. Cars honking, people talking, life happening in all its messy, imperfect glory. Her phone buzzed. A text from Derek. The real Derek. "Mara, are you okay? You haven't posted in 24 hours. Your followers are worried." She looked at her phone. 0 followers. 0 posts. It was as if her entire digital existence had been erased. But through her window, she could see Mrs. Hendricks hugging a young man. Tommy was back. Solid and real. Sarah was opening the coffee shop. Mr. Martinez was walking his dog. They were all back in the real world, freed from their digital prison. Mara deleted all her social media apps and put her phone in a drawer. She walked to her window and opened it, breathing in the real air of the real world. Somewhere in the vast networks of servers and data centers, the algorithm waited, patient, always learning, always hungry for the next perfect vessel to bridge the gap between digital and physical existence. But for now, the real world was safe. For now, people were still people. For now, followers were just a number on a screen. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I know it's a vast departure from our usual zombie stories, but I wanted to try something different, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Come back next time for some more scary stories, and as always, remember to face your fears.